Welcome everyone to Podcast 69 South, where we cuss and discuss true crime, cold cases, current events, and hot topics, along with our state of society today. This is your trigger warning. Our podcast content is produced for adult listeners 18 years of age and older. We discuss situations that may be offensive and triggering to some listeners. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome back, everybody, to 69 South. We hope you had a good time since the last time. I'm Chop, your host, and with me always is my beautiful baby co-host, Julie. What's up?
You make me blush every time you say that.
I love you, baby.
Oh, thank you. Today, we are visiting a truly disturbing case out of Martinsville, Indiana, involving a recently retired firefighter and the dark corner of the internet. We have some significant updates on the charges he's facing and some of the early court proceedings, and we will also delve into the broader impact on the community and its dedicated public servants. And before we dive into the intricate details of this incredibly important and difficult case, we want to take a moment and talk about our Patreon community. If you love what we do here at 69 South, and if our commitment to justice and deep dives into the narratives resonates with you, it would be absolutely amazing if you could go to patreon.com/69south and join us as a member.
It literally costs nothing to join our community as its fundamental level. We've created a free roadside listener tier, which is perfect for anyone who wants to follow along, get updates, and feel like a part of the 69 South family. It's a great way to stay connected and support us in spirit.
But for those who are truly passionate about our work, those who want to dig even deeper alongside us, we also have our Mile Marker 5 tier. This tier, for just $5, offers an incredible array of exclusive benefits that enhance your 69 South experience. When you join at this level, you gain immediate access to all of the legal documents pertaining to the cases we follow, giving you the ability to review the evidence and the filings right alongside us. Imagine being able to read the very affidavits and police reports we discuss. It offers a whole new dimension of understanding.
Not only that, but the Mile Marker 5 also grants you all access to our community chat. This is a vibrant, respectful space where you can engage directly with us, ask us questions, share your thoughts on episodes, and connect with other listeners who share your interest in these compelling cases. It's truly a special part of our community, and it helps us keep the lights on in the studio. Fostering discussions that go far beyond the podcast itself. And there's more. You get Patreon exclusive episodes, content that isn't available anywhere else, giving you even more true crime deep dives. And keep in mind, people, on these PCAs, there's a lot of shit that we don't want to read on the air, man, but you can access it as a level 5 member.
A Mile Marker 5.
Yeah.
And we're excited to announce that live video visuals are coming out soon for our Mile Marker 5 members. Your support directly enables us to expand our offerings, improve our production quality, and bring you more of the content you love. Thank you for helping 69 South become better and more impactful. So let's get into this probable cause affidavit. We're discussing Ryan Roy, I guess he goes by Roy too, but his name is Ryan Wade Layman, Laymon, a name that's unfortunately become associated with some very serious charges: child exploitation and possession of child pornography. This is a tough one to talk about, but it's vital that we do.
The details come from a probable cause affidavit filed on June 12, 2025 by Detective Jonathan Moscato of the Bloomington Police Department. The affidavit outlined the investigation into Layman's activities between April 11, 2025 and May 31, 2025. Layman, a 53-year-old male who had just retired in January of 2025 from his career as a City of Martinsville firefighter, was initially booked on charges of child exploitation and possession of child pornography. But now, thanks to the recent case summary, we have a clearer picture of the full extent of the charges filed against him.
And what makes this case even more shocking for the Martinsville community is that Ryan Layman was a public servant. He seemed to be hiding in plain sight. For years, he served as a City of Martinsville firefighter, and from all appearances, he had seemingly a spotless record aside from perhaps a few minor speeding tickets. This makes the nature of his alleged crimes all more jarring to those who knew him and saw him as a respected member of the community.
It is truly disturbing revelation. According to the case summary filed on June 12, 2025, Ryan Layman faces a total of 8 felony charges. 1 count of child exploitation, classified as a level 4 felony. This charge includes 1 aggravating factor found in Indiana Code 35-42-4-4C1, 7 counts of possession of child pornography. 5 of these are level 6 felonies and 2 are level 5 felonies, each with an aggravating factor found in the same Indiana Code.
Now, for our listeners, let's break down what these felony levels mean in Indiana. A level 6 felony is the least severe felony, but still carries a potential sentence of 6 months to 2.5 years in prison. A level 5 felony is more serious with the potential sentence of 1 to 6 years. And a level 4 felony, which is the child exploitation charge Layman faces, he could carry a sentence of 2 to 12 years in prison.
And the aggravating factors mentioned for the level 4 child exploitation and the 2 level 5 possession of child pornography charges indicate that the specific circumstances of these crimes are considered more severe under Indiana law. Without knowing the exact subsections of the Indiana Code, these factors generally relate to the nature of the material. For instance, if it depicts a child under a certain age, or if the act depicted are particularly violent or heinous, this means the potential for the penalties for those specific charges could be enhanced.
So the dirtier the material, the higher the charges, or the younger the victim, the higher the charges, pretty much is what that means.
Or yeah, the nastier the videos, the worse the charge are. Man, you'd think all this shit going on in our county over here, man, motherfuckers that was looking at this shit would get rid of this shit or maybe stop. You know what I mean?
They ain't gonna stop. It's like dope for them.
They
have to have it. They like fiend for it.
It's insane, man.
Now, this investigation began with Detective Moscato, who is affiliated with the Indiana Internet Crimes Against Children, or ICAC Task Force. He was running an investigative software on the eDonkey file sharing network.
Hold on now. What the fuck is eDonkey?
Well, for those unfamiliar, eDonkey is a peer-to-peer or P2P network. And a P2P file sharing, for anyone listening, allows users to share files directly with each other. Software for these networks like eMule or Shariza is often free and easily available online. When a device runs this software and is connected to the internet, users can download from and share files with others on this same network.
Is it me, or do they just keep coming up with more new
apps,
freaking shit and apps to do this weird shit?
I can't even count the number of apps that we've read off in investigation, in probable causes.
I mean, you got WhatsApp, which
Snapchat, Kick, Single, eDonkey, eMule.
What the fuck?
Then there's the weird Facebook furry groups and all that stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, the furries. Yeah. Don't let me forget the furries.
Right. So on April 11th, 2025, Detective Moscato was specifically looking for offenders sharing child pornography on the eDonkey network. His investigation led him to an IP address. This IP address was flagged because it was associated with files of interest in child pornography investigations. So this IP address had already been flagged for doing dirty shit.
I just can't get over the e-donkey. It's called e-donkey. That's fucked up. They are a bunch of jackasses. Using specialized investigative software, a direct connection was made to this suspect device at the flagged IP address. The device was running eMule V0.50A client software. And here's where it gets really disturbing, Julie. On that same day, April 11th, between 8:32 a.m. and 8:34 a.m., a file titled IMG_1649.3GP was completely downloaded from this suspect device.
And Detective Moscato personally viewed this file. He confirmed that it was child pornography, violating Indiana Code 35-42-4-4. The file was a video. It was 6 minutes and 9 seconds long, appearing to be homemade and depicting a young female. The age was established to be 4 or 5 years old. The person filming appeared to be a late teenaged male. He filmed and fondled this child's private area, even sticking the whole entire camera down there, which is absolutely abhorrent.
And that's just one of the files. And it's enough to make your stomach turn. The investigation continued. A query of the IP address 108.218 blah, 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 through the American Registry for the Internet Numbers, or ARIN, revealed it was registered to AT&T Enterprises, LLC. A search through maxmind.com further pinpointed the origin of this IP address to Martinsville, Indiana, via AT&T Internet.
And this wasn't an isolated incident. Indiana State Police Detective White had historical information about downloads from this same IP address, indicating a device at this address possessed 884 files believed to be child pornography. Additionally, ISP Detective Stewart had also received at least one download from this IP address on March 15th of 2025.
And this led Detective Moscato to obtain a court order for the AT&T subscriber information for that IP address from March 14th, 2025 through April 15th, 2025. The response from AT&T confirmed that the IP address was subscribed to Ryan Layman at an address in Martinsville, Indiana, from April 5th to April 16th, 2025.
The downloads didn't stop there. Even after the initial discovery, Detective Moscato received 6 additional downloads via eMule from the same IP address on April 25th, April 28th, and April 29th. 2 on May 1st and another on May 31st, 2025. He personally viewed all of these and verified they also depicted child pornography. I would hate to have to be these detectives and have to go through these people's phone and
have to see the shit that they're downloading and sharing. Hell no, I wouldn't take that job for nothing, man. I can't even visualize it in my head. Like when we're talking about it and you get a visual in your head, like some of the shit that we have to read.
They need to just like make an AI thing where they can plug their phone in and it just searches and then it'll give them a report of what's on there so nobody has to see any bad images.
They need to make an AI thing that controls the whole internet when they see a little kid doing some nasty shit that it just automatically
It
fucking
deletes
flags
it
it
or
and
takes it off.
yeah, that's
If they can shut down TikTok for the United States for a day, I'm sure they can come up with something of that nature.
disgusting. And critically, these subsequent downloads were from the same client user hash through email. This is a unique identifier for each individual user, indicating that the same account was logged into the network as when the previous downloads occurred. This wasn't some random person using Layman's Wi-Fi.
One of those additional videos depicted a male appearing to be less than 12 years old, fully nude, exposing his private parts front and back to the camera and being fondled. Another video from May 31st, 2025 showed what appeared to be a 4 or 5-year-old female, fully nude, being held by an adult male while an adult female performed oral sex on the child. That is absolutely sickening.
It's sickening just to have to read this shit.
I wonder if they could, like, in the videos, you know how there's like the metadata in them, if they could see where these videos, like the longitude and latitude of these videos were taken.
Go and rescue these poor babies.
Yeah.
On June 9th, 2025, a search warrant was granted to search the residence of Ryan Layman in a Martinsville address. 2 days later, on June 11th, investigators went to his home and made contact with him.
During a post-Miranda interview, meaning they had already read him his Miranda rights, Ryan Layman fully admitted to using eMule to search for, download, view, and possess child pornography for masturbation purposes. He chillingly states his age of preference was middle school.
God damn.
Yeah.
He also admitted he knew that to use eMule, users have to share the downloads they have. Layman claimed he would download the material, transfer it to a hard drive, and then delete it from his laptop to avoid sharing. However, based on the historical information and the files his computer did share with investigators, it is clear that he was sharing child pornography files. So to be able to use this eMule deal, you have to share everything that you have.
Yeah, and that's how they caught him. They like set up a sting and he sent some files to these investigators.
We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, it's Chop here at 69 South. We have gathered quite the following of new and faithful listeners. In fact, we're in 72 countries and 1,600 cities. Excites the shit out of us, to be honest. We have countless downloads and streams. If you're a small business starting out or an accomplished business looking for some good advertisement, shoot us an email at 69southpodcast@gmail.com. The 6 and the 9 are numbers, southpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. We will send you a advertisement package. Well, I guess eMule's setting her shit up to maybe to try and not get caught. Oh, you got to send me your nasty shit, then we'll send you our nasty shit type
That's
deal.
so gross.
Is that what am I reading that right?
Pretty much. Now, here's another shocking revelation from the affidavit. Ryan Layman advised he had been downloading child pornography his entire adult life, including throughout his career as a City of Martinsville firefighter. He further stated that he has at least 3 hard drives in his home that each contain approximately 10,000 to 12,000 files depicting child pornography. Think about that number.
So you're talking about 30 to 40,000 freaking child porn videos or pictures.
He's doing more than sharing them. He's selling the. He's selling. He's got to be. He's got to be monetizing that. You don't have that many. I mean, you have that many if you're a sick child molester. Yeah.
Damn, baby, you've been taking pictures on your iPhone as long as we've been together, and you only got like 20,000 pictures on your shit. I mean, this motherfucker's got 40,000 child porn
On hard drives.
Oh my God, that's I can't even make that make sense in my head, baby. He was ultimately booked into the Morgan County Jail on these severe charges for disseminating and possessing videos depicting child pornography, including children who appeared to be less than 12 years of age. These events all occurred in Martinsville, Morgan County, Indiana, unfortunately. Jeez.
Now, diving into the recent court filings, we see a very interesting development on June 12th, 2025, the same day the case was filed on the probable cause and when the probable cause affidavit was entered. The state of Indiana, the prosecution filed an objection to CR 26, which is a special bond condition.
This is pretty standard in serious felony cases. CR 26 likely refers to an Indiana criminal rule which outlines procedures for initial hearings and bond determinations. Special bond conditions are specific requirements a judge might impose in a defendant if a defendant is released on bond, things like GPS monitoring, no contact with minors, restriction on internet access, shit like that.
So when the state filed an objection, it means the prosecution, or when the state filed the objection, it means the defense disagreed or they wanted to challenge certain conditions or perhaps even the concept of bond itself for Layman. Given the severity of the charges, child exploitation, and multiple counts of child pornography, it's highly possible the state was pushing for a very strict bond conditions or even argued that he shouldn't be released on bond at all, seeing him as a potential danger or a flight risk.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, this objection was filed on June 12th, and then on June 13th, the court issued an order re special conditions. This indicates that after considering the state's objection and likely hearing arguments from both sides, Judge Terry E. Iacoli made a ruling on what specific conditions Ryan Layman would be subject to if he were to be released on bond. This is a crucial step in ensuring public safety while the case proceeds.
Now, considering Layman's background as a firefighter, a role that often embodies trust and community service, his alleged actions must have sent shockwaves through his former department and among his former colleagues, current friends, and family.
Absolutely. We can only imagine the initial reaction from his fellow firefighters. They dedicate their lives to protecting the community, running into danger when others run away. Their profession is built on courage, integrity, and a deep commitment to public safety, especially for children and vulnerable individuals. This kind of betrayal of trust coming from one of their own would undoubtedly be met with a profound sense of shock, anger, and deep disappointment.
So it is important to stress that the actions of one individual, no matter how egregious, should never be allowed to tarnish the reputation of an entire profession. Our police officers, firefighters, paramedic, teachers, and all of our first responders and public servants who are overwhelmingly dedicated, honorable people, men and women who devote their lives to helping children and adults.
Precisely. These are people who run towards danger, who respond to emergencies, who educate our kids, and who are there for us in our most vulnerable moments. The vast majority are appalled by crimes like these, and they work tirelessly to uphold the trust placed in them by the communities they serve. One bad apple does not and must not spoil the entire bunch. Their dedication, sacrifice, and ethical conduct should continue to be recognized and respected.
Now, Chop, we've also had some listeners wonder, given that Ryan Layman, along with other individuals like Chris Cooley and Nathan Bailey, have faced charges related to child pornography in the same county. Is it possible that these individuals from different walks of life could have been file sharing or connected in some way?
That's a damn good question. I mean, it's almost inevitable, you would think, unless this whole child porn file sharing shit is so much way bigger than we could even realize. I mean, it literally blows my mind. And people that listen to our podcast from outside the state or outside the country, man, please know that Morgan County, man, is a beautiful place to live, and 99% of us are good people, especially the first responders.
Exactly. So, if multiple individuals in the same geographic area are involved in similar illegal activities using the same types of networks, connections can certainly exist. It's not out of the realm of possibilities.
Absolutely not. Investigations into internet crimes against children often reveal complex webs of communication and sharing among individuals who might not know each other in real life but are connected through these online platforms. These networks can facilitate the exchange of illicit material, and law enforcement agencies like the ICAC task force actively work to map these connections to identify and apprehend all involved parties. Whether these particular individuals were directly sharing with each other is something that would be a part of an ongoing, broader investigation, but the possibilities certainly exist with the digital landscape of these networks. These cases highlight how extensive and interconnected these dark online communities can be.
Now, this case is a stark reminder of the hidden dangers online and in real life. Let's talk about what our listeners can do to protect their children and families from child predators and pornographers. What types of apps or programs should parents be looking out for?
That's a very crucial point, babe. First, it's important to understand how these networks work. P2P file sharing software like eMule, Shariza, BitTorrent, or uTorrent are common avenues. While not inherently illegal, they can be used for illegal activities. Parents should monitor what software is installed on family devices. Many of these programs are free and easy to download, so they can be installed without much notice.
So, what are some practical steps?
Parental control software is a big step. It's a very big step. Programs like Custodio, NetNanny, or Bark allow parents to monitor online activity, filter content, track app usage, and even receive alerts for suspicious keywords or images. Many internet service providers also offer parental controls at the router level, which can filter content across all devices connected to the home network. That's some cool shit right there.
I was going to
Everybody
say
needs
that
shit.
you could just set your router. Like if you don't want to have YouTube in your house, you can set your router to block YouTube altogether from coming in your house.
Right. And I have seen some people, some ignorant ass people, make comments like, well, they're not molesting kids. They're just watching shit on there and pleasing themselves, masturbating and shit. But you got to think about what the children are going through to make these videos.
It don't matter if you're a grown man or woman and that's something you see those kind of images and that arouses you and gets you excited. You're fucking sick.
Yeah, you need some help for sure.
Puke.
Disgusting. On computers, make sure your operating system's built-in parental controls are activated. That's very important. For example, Windows, Family Safety, or Mac OS. Screen time allow you to set content restrictions, app limits, and monitor usage on mobile devices. Both iOS and Android have robust parental control features within their settings, enabling content restrictions, app usage limits, and even location tracking.
Now, beyond software, something else that parents should be aware of on a regular basis is, the open communication with your children about online safety is first and foremost paramount. Educate them about the dangers of sharing personal information, interacting with strangers, and downloading unknown files. Emphasize that anything shared online can be permanent. Also, ensure your Wi-Fi network is secure with a strong password. This can prevent unauthorized access to your network. And finally, keep all software, including operating systems, antivirus programs, and browsers up to date. Updates often include security patches that protect against vulnerabilities. This case makes me wonder, could Layman's arrest lead to bigger arrest of people selling and trading these files online?
Shit, I hope so. It absolutely could, though, babe. This is often how these investigations expand. When law enforcement seizes devices like hard drives from individuals like Layman, they gain access to a treasure trove of digital evidence. This evidence can include contact lists and communications. Layman admitted to downloading and sharing files. His devices might contain chat logs, email exchanges, or contact information for other individuals involved in these networks, IP addresses, and user hashes. The digital fingerprints from his device, like his client user hash, can be cross-referenced with other ongoing investigations or databases of known offenders. File metadata. The files themselves contain metadata that reveals where they originated, who might have edited them, and other details that can lead to other individuals in the network. Server information. If Layman was connected to specific servers or private communities for sharing, those servers can become targets for further investigation. Thank God.
So it's like unraveling a digital web. Each arrest, especially of someone who has amassed such a large collection and has been active for so long, provides more pieces to the puzzle. Investigators can use this information to identify other users on these P2P networks. They track down sources of child pornography and potentially dismantle larger rings involved in the production, distribution, and consumption of these horrific materials. It is a painstaking process, but every lead is critical in the fight against child exploitation.
Man, this is a sobering episode, but so important for our listeners to hear. The vigilance of law enforcement like Detective Moscato and the ICAC Task Force is crucial in bringing these individuals to justice and protecting children. And to our listeners in Martinsville and beyond, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this case? Do you know Ryan Layman? How has this news impacted your community? Send us your feedback on the 69 South Facebook page.
Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of 69 South, and I want to thank everybody for joining us.
Jump on that Patreon. Help us keep the lights on in the studio. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we enjoy telling you these stories. Unfortunately, some of them suck to tell, but you need to know so we can keep
people need to be aware
safe.
Of what's going on in their community and what child predators are out there lurking in their neighborhoods.
They sure
this
do.
Individual, when they, a firefighter, can you imagine all the children he's had to go in and help and touch? And oh my God, it just grosses me out thinking about it.
The dude's probably saved countless lives. And it just sucks.
It doesn't matter. You're still looking at that stuff. I don't care how many lives you save. You're still a piece of shit if you're jacking off to little kids.
100. But with that thought, thank you for listening. Have a good day, good morning, good evening.
Whatever.